So I'm at that hotel, resort, whatever you want to call it, in the Mojave Desert. The police finally show up, and they're very nice to me, very respectable to me. And yeah, I think I must have called to check into a psych ward. And so he was like, okay, we contacted us. We'll take you to a psych ward. Do you want to go in the one in this other town or this other town? And the one that he mentioned that was in the previous area I went through in that route, that one I said I did not want to go to. I wanted to go to the one that's by the Nevada border. And so he was like, okay. And this was like a good, it was a pretty long ride, I'll tell you that. And so I tried to check into this psych ward. They want to do a blood draw on me, and I refuse to do. I refuse to do the blood draw, and so they don't let me check into the psych ward. And so I'm further closer to Kentucky now than I was before. Either way, and so when they released me from that hospital, I just continue on hitchhiking further east and northeast to Kentucky. And so I get to Las Vegas, stay in the homeless shelter there a few nights. Then I continue on my journey after I rest up. And it's a hit and miss until I get to St. George, Utah. And I go to a homeless shelter there to try to check in there. And I heard that they will buy bus tickets, Greyhound bus tickets for people sometimes. I asked them for a Greyhound bus ticket. They said that they couldn't help me out, and for whatever reason. And I know that sometimes God will hold back certain things that you desperately wanted because He has better things in store for you. I've witnessed this, and I've experienced this. And so, anyways, so I'm like, okay, well, I walk along into the neighborhood that's by the highway, and I'm trying to find a church. You know, this is a Saturday, you know what I'm saying? But I know some churches can be open, or at least I mean, at least have some people there for maintenance and cleaning and whatnot. And so I'm trying to find a church to see if there could be a church open on a Saturday with at least a maintenance man there. They could help me out, you know what I'm saying, with a Greyhound bus ticket. Because I've heard this from like a person or so, and I've had this happen before where churches help me out with a Greyhound bus ticket. And so I see this one church, and I noticed there's cars in the parking lot. And so I figure that this church might be open. And I check to see if the doors are open, and sure enough, they are. And so I go inside. I walk up to the kitchen. There's some people in there. I talk to this lady, and I tell her the situation, and I ask her if somebody can help me out with the Greyhound bus ticket, and so she talked to somebody else, and they helped me out. That person helped me out with the Greyhound bus ticket. He gave me about $35 cash, and so they were having some kind of a banquet. And I found out that the reason why they were opened on this unusual day, and this is a sign that this is all meant to happen, you know what I'm saying? Because I ate some food, you know what I'm saying, at their banquet, and I noticed they had like this you know those stands that hold up canvas pictures, paintings. They had one of those kind of stands holding up somebody's picture, a lady. And I found out that this was a funeral service. They already buried the lady apparently, and so they were having some kind of a farewell ceremony, funeral ceremony for this dude's wife, and that's why this church was open at this unusual time on a Saturday. And so they bought me a Greyhound bus to get back to Kansas. I needed to get back to there because it's easier to get your IDs, like your birth certificate, if you have your personal information and the money. You can get your birth certificate, and it's just easier to get your IDs when you're in your home state. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I needed my IDs to possibly access my money in my bank account, which was located. It was located in Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma. So I had to get back to Kansas to also try to access my money in my bank account. So I didn't get my IDs, so then I couldn't access my money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm staying at at one of my church friends' former church friend. He's not my friend anymore for certain reasons, but I'm staying at one of his properties. You know what I'm saying? And he put somebody up in it, and so I'm staying with him in my church friend's property. And this dude is all like rude as a motherfucker to me. This dude is supposed to be a Christian, and he's rude as a motherfucker to me. He's talking crap on a different Pentecostal church that my former church friend used to go to, and I'm like, okay, how about this, dude? How about this? How about I just leave? How about that? And I just walked out, and never went back. He did not say anything else to me. You know what I'm saying? Because he kept on complaining that I would come downstairs early in the morning to get something to eat. And he had to get some rest so he can go to work later in the day. And I was like, okay, you want to complain so much? You want to be rude to me? Okay, then fine. I'm just going to leave. Bye. And I left, and I never went back. And so I'm trying to hitchhike and catch a ride from Junction City, and I don't catch a ride. So as the book called The Art of Effective Living talks about, you want to work with what means you have to work with being safe. I don't think it illustrates the picture with this point, but it says in so many words. Like, for instance, if you're in war and you have a bulletproof vest, you want to put that on when you're in battle. But then if you have a Humvee that's bulletproof, you want to use that. You know what I'm saying? And so I tried to hitchhike. It didn't work. So I was like, okay, that didn't work. I'm going to try something else. You know what I'm saying? And I called 911 and I asked to check into a psych ward. I check into a psych ward, I attempt to check into a psych ward. There, this was so close to Junction City, and I told the police officer, I don't want to try to go to the one in Junction City because they're so ignorant. They don't have any sympathy for somebody in my situation. And so I was like, let's go to that college town where they show more respect to people, because it has a more blessed atmosphere. It has a better atmosphere for respect. You know what I'm saying? I want to try to check into the psych ward in Manhattan, Kansas, next door to Junction City. And he was like, okay, well, let's try it out. And so come to find out, I got into that psych ward, and it's kind of odd. It's kind of odd because what was it? Before I went back to that block again, I tried to check into the psych ward in Manhattan, Kansas. Then I tried to check into the one in Junction City. Then I tried to check into the one in Salina, which is just west of those two towns. And I noticed when I tried to check into the psych ward in Manhattan, Kansas, the first time, it was this overweight female version of Cortman that was like slightly cocky and rude to me, belittling me and talking down to me, and kind of, if not directly, at least indirectly, you know what I'm saying, trying to act like she was better than me because at least she had a job. And so at the time, I did not know about tax lien investing, which will teach you how to make $1 million in one single year. Take 40 grand and flip that into $1 million in one single year through tax lien investing, and it'll teach you how to buy a really cheap house for like $500, $1,000, $1,500, $300, $119 and some change. I've heard from one source. Okay, and so later I tried to check into a psych ward in Salina, Kansas. And I actually do succeed in checking into a psych ward there. And when the ambulance guy shows up, you all know that scene in that movie, Catch Me If You Can. The final scene when the FBI agent tracks Frank Abagnale down all the way to France. And he catches Frank Abagnale red-handed, still printed. He's figured out how to be more effective, printing out more and more forged checks. And Frank Abagnale is all expressing this excitement towards the FBI agent, trying to convey to him that he's living the most satisfying life around. You know what I'm saying? And the FBI agent has this solemn, somber demeanor. And he's conveying to Frank Abagnale that he sees through all of his bullshit. And he's conveying to him, it's over, man. Just turn yourself in. Turn yourself in. Surrender peacefully, or the French police will be on their way. And then Frank Abagnale, you know damn good and well, Frank Abagnale, he might have been a blood type O, but I don't think he was a blood type O, because his demeanor was like, he just gave up. You know what I'm saying? He just gave up, and it was like, okay, I give up. You know what I'm saying? He conveys in so many words, you know. So, but the same demeanor that dude had, the FBI agent had towards Frank Abagnale. I see through all your bullshit. You say that you convey that you're so successful. You got all this money. You don't got no money, dude. Okay, you're not successful at all. You're going to prison for a long time. Okay, and you know what I'm saying. So that's the same demeanor that ambulance person had with me. And mind you, this is before I found out about tax lien investing, and you could become a multi-millionaire, make $1 million in 1 year through that. Okay, so I went around that block again, not Salina, but I went back to Manhattan, and now, right now, you all know that song. I heard it through the grapevine. Now all of a sudden, you know that other song. You know that other song by who's that other person? Lord have mercy, remember. What is that song? Lord have mercy, remember, please, in Jesus' name. Pardon my tone. I can have a. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I can have another you in a minute. And so they must have heard it through the grapevine and heard something new about me, that all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? So we'll continue this here in a second. Bye for now.